Saturday afternoon, 4:47 p.m. I was in the kitchen loading a cooler with beer when Anna's phone lit up on the counter. I wasn't snooping. The phone was just sitting there, face up, 3 feet away from me. The notification banner appeared at the top of the screen. Impossible to miss. Leo, can't wait to see you tonight, baby. My hand stopped moving. A beer bottle hung in the air, halfway to the cooler. Leo, my brother's name. Baby. I set the beer down carefully, like the world might shatter if I moved too fast. Stared at the screen. The notification faded after a few seconds, disappearing back into whatever thread it came from. Anna was in the living room, folding a blanket. I could hear her humming something. She sounded happy, relaxed. My brain was trying to process what I'd just seen, trying to find an explanation that made sense, trying to construct a reality where my brother texting my girlfriend baby was somehow normal. It couldn't. I picked up my phone, opened my messages, found Leo's thread. The last text from him was from 2 hours ago. Leo, don't forget the ice, bro. Making margaritas for your date. I looked at that message, then at Anna's phone on the counter, then back at my phone. 2 texts. Same sender. Different tones. Different. Everything. Mark? Anna called from the living room. Did you grab the chips? Yeah, I said. My voice sounded normal. How did my voice sound normal? Can you check if we have limes? Leo said he needs them for the margaritas. Leo. She said his name so casually, like it meant nothing, like she wasn't texting him pet names behind my back. I opened the fridge, stared at the contents without seeing them. My mind was spinning through the last few weeks. The late-night texts Anna had been getting, the way she smiled at her phone sometimes, the weird inside jokes she'd started making about things I didn't understand. And Leo, my brother. He'd been around more lately, stopping by for coffee, offering to help Anna move furniture in her office, taking her to lunch when I was working. I thought it was nice. Thought they were finally bonding as family. Jesus Christ, I was an idiot. Mark, limes. I grabbed the bag of limes from the crisper drawer, walked into the living room. Anna was adjusting throw pillows on the couch, making everything perfect for tonight's dinner party. Here, I handed her the limes. She smiled. Thanks, babe. Oh, Leo texted. They're running a few minutes late. Traffic. They? Him and Ashley. His date, remember? Ashley. Right. Leo had mentioned he was bringing someone, a woman he'd been seeing for a few weeks. I'd forgotten her name until just now. Right, I said. Ashley. Anna looked at me. You okay? You seem weird. Fine, just tired. She squeezed my arm. Well, wake up. This is gonna be fun. I haven't seen Leo in forever. You just texted him. You called him baby. You're lying to my face. Yeah, I said. Fun. My phone buzzed. I pulled it out. Leo. Actually, can you grab extra ice? I'm bringing the big blender. I stared at the message, then walked back to the kitchen where Anna's phone was still sitting on the counter. I knew I shouldn't. Knew it was a violation of privacy. Knew it was the kind of thing that ended relationships even if you found nothing. But I picked it up anyway. The screen was locked. Face ID only. I couldn't get in. I set it back down exactly where it had been and walked away before I did something stupider. They showed up at 6:15. I heard the car in the driveway, heard the doors slam, heard Leo's laugh carrying through the open window. Anna practically ran to the front door. They're here! I stayed in the kitchen, staring at the cooler full of beer I'd spent 20 minutes loading, the ice I'd bought because Leo asked, the limes I'd grabbed because Anna needed them for Leo's margaritas. Everything was for Leo. The front door opened. Anna, hey! That was Leo's voice. Happy, enthusiastic. The voice of someone who wasn't screwing his brother's girlfriend. Or was he? Was that what people who did that sounded like? Would he sound guilty? Would I be able to tell? Come in, come in. Oh my God, you brought the fancy blender. Told you I would. Where's Mark? Here, right here. Wondering if I should punch you in the face or ask you directly what the hell is going on. I walked into the living room. Leo was standing in the entryway holding a blender that probably cost more than my rent. Next to him was a woman I'd never met. Tall, dark hair, pretty smile. She was holding a bag of groceries. Mark! Leo set down the blender and pulled me into a hug. Good to see you, man. I hugged him back automatically. He felt like my brother. Smelled like his usual cologne. Nothing was different. Everything was different. This is Ashley, he said, stepping back and gesturing to the woman. Ashley, this is my brother Mark. Hi. Ashley extended her hand. Her handshake was firm. Her smile seemed genuine. Leo's told me so much about you. Good things, I hope. Mostly. She laughed. Leo laughed. Anna laughed. I didn't laugh. Anna took the grocery bag from Ashley. What'd you bring? Strawberries, mangoes, and some mint. Leo said you guys might not have fresh fruit for the margaritas. You're a lifesaver. Mark forgot to check. I didn't forget. You didn't ask me to check. You asked about limes. But I didn't say that. I just nodded. Kitchen's this way, Anna said, leading Ashley toward the back of the house. I'll give you the tour. And then it was just me and Leo in the living room. He looked at me. You good? You seem tense. Fine. Yeah? Because you're doing that thing where your jaw is clenched. You only do that when you're pissed about something. I unclenched my jaw. Didn't even realize I was doing it. Long week, I said. Fair enough. He picked up the blender again. Where do you want this? Kitchen counter is fine. We walked to the kitchen. Anna and Ashley were already in there, talking and laughing about something. They seemed comfortable, like they'd met before. Had they met before? So how long have you two been dating? I asked Ashley. About a month. We met at the climbing gym. Leo climbs now? Started 2 months ago, Leo said, plugging in the blender. You should come sometime. It's a good workout. Maybe. Anna pulled out the strawberries and started rinsing them. Ashley's a graphic designer. She just finished this amazing project for a tech startup. Yeah? I looked at Ashley. What kind of project? She launched into an explanation about brand identity and logo design. I nodded at appropriate moments, made appropriate sounds, but I wasn't really listening. I was watching Leo, watching the way he moved around my kitchen like he belonged there, the way he knew where the cutting board was without asking, the way Anna handed him a knife and he started chopping mangoes without needing direction. They had a rhythm, a familiarity that came from spending time together. How much time? We ate on the back patio, grilled chicken and vegetables. The margaritas Leo made were perfect, not too sweet, not too strong. Everyone said so, multiple times. The conversation flowed easily. Ashley told stories about her terrible clients. Leo talked about his new job in marketing. Anna discussed the renovation project at her office. I sat there cutting my chicken into smaller and smaller pieces. Mark, you've been quiet, Ashley said. Everything okay? Just listening. He's always like this at dinner parties, Anna said, squeezing my hand under the table. Takes him a while to warm up. She was smiling at me. The smile looked real, affectionate, like she actually cared. Was I going crazy? Was I seeing things that weren't there? My phone was in my pocket. I pulled it out under the table, trying to be subtle. Opened my messages with Leo. Scrolled up through our conversation history. Most of it was boring brother stuff. Want to grab lunch? Did you call Mom on her birthday? Can I borrow your ladder? Nothing suspicious. Nothing weird. I scrolled further back. Found a message from 3 weeks ago. Leo, hanging with Anna today. She's helping me pick out furniture for the new place. I remembered that day. I'd been at work. Anna told me she was helping Leo. I'd thought it was sweet. Now I was reading it differently. Hanging with Anna. Not, your girlfriend is helping me. Just Anna. Like she was his person too. Mark? Anna's voice pulled me back. Did you hear the question? I looked up. Everyone was looking at me. Sorry, what? Ashley asked if you wanted to do a couples hike next weekend. There's a trail about an hour from here that's supposed to be beautiful. Sure, sounds good. You didn't even hear which trail, Leo said, grinning. Any trail is fine. Anna gave me a look. We'll talk about this later look. I knew that look well. More margaritas? Leo stood up, grabbing the blender pitcher. I'm good, I said. You sure? You've barely touched yours. I'm sure. He refilled Anna's glass, then Ashley's, then his own, sat back down and launched into a story about something that happened at his gym. I watched Anna laugh at the story, watched her lean forward, engaged, enjoying herself. She looked happy. When was the last time she looked that happy with just me? The evening dragged on. By 9:30, Ashley and Anna were deep in conversation about some TV show they both watched. Leo was on his phone, scrolling through something. I stood up. I need to grab something from the bedroom. Be right back. Nobody seemed to notice. I went upstairs, stood in our bedroom, stared at nothing. Anna's laptop was on the dresser. She kept it logged in. Never worried about me snooping because I never did. Until now. I opened it, navigated to her messages, the ones that synced with her phone, found Leo's thread, scrolled up. The messages were mostly mundane. Can you bring wine tonight? What time should we get there? Don't forget to tell Mark about the thing. Normal stuff, boring stuff. And then I found it. 3 days ago. Leo, can't wait to see you tonight, baby. There it was. The exact message I'd seen on her phone earlier. But when I clicked on the message to see the context, I saw something that made my stomach drop. It wasn't sent to Anna. It was sent from Anna to someone saved in her contacts as Leo. But the phone number wasn't Leo's number. I had Leo's number memorized. This was different. Started with a different area code. I clicked on the contact. The name said Leo. The photo showed a man I'd never seen before. Older, maybe mid-40s, slicked, back hair, expensive suit, handsome in that practiced way. This wasn't my brother. This was someone else entirely. Mark? I spun around. Anna was standing in the doorway. What are you doing? Who is this? I turned the laptop toward her, showing the contact photo. Her face went white. Mark, I can explain. Who the fuck is he? He's a colleague from work. Colleagues don't text each other baby. It's not I can explain, then explain. She closed the bedroom door, walked over, sat on the edge of the bed. His name is Leo Sterling. He's the head of the division I'm trying to transfer into. We've been friendly. Friendly? Yes, friendly. Just networking. He's married, Mark. He has 3 kids. It's not, you saved him as Leo in your phone. The same name as my brother. It's his actual name. Did you think I wouldn't notice? Did you think I'd just assume all the texts from Leo were from my brother? She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. That's exactly what you thought. No, you were using my brother as cover. Every time this guy texted you, I'd think it was Leo, my Leo. I'd never question it. I swear, Mark, nothing is happening with him. It's just work. Then why are you texting him baby? I wasn't. Her voice pitched higher. That message that was him texting me. I never responded to it. Checked the thread. I ignored it. I looked back at the laptop, scrolled through the conversation. She was right. The baby message was from him, from this Leo Sterling, and she hadn't responded. But there were other messages, lots of them. Casual conversation, inside jokes, late-night exchanges about work drama, the kind of messages you send to someone you're close to. How long has this been going on? I asked. It's not going on. He's my boss. We text about work. At 10 p.m., about what wine to bring to dinner. She didn't have an answer for that. I want to see your phone. What? Your phone. Right now. Let me see the actual thread. Mark, this is crazy. You're being paranoid. Am I? Because from where I'm standing, my girlfriend has been secretly texting another man, using my brother's name as cover and lying about it for God knows how long. I wasn't lying. Show me your phone. She stared at me for a long moment, then pulled out her phone, unlocked it, handed it over. I opened her messages, found the Leo Sterling thread. It was extensive, months of conversation, going back to March. 8 months of texting this guy. I read through them, tried to find evidence of an affair, something concrete, something undeniable. But the messages were ambiguous. Friendly but not overtly romantic. Close but not intimate. Except for that one message. Can't wait to see you tonight, baby. Did you see him tonight? I asked. What? This message. He said, can't wait to see you tonight. That was today. Were you planning to see him? No, Mark, I swear. Then why did he say that? I don't know. Maybe he sent it to the wrong person. Or maybe you two had plans and you canceled last minute to do this dinner instead. That's not. A knock on the door. Leo's voice. My actual brother. Hey, everything okay? Ashley and I are heading out. Anna looked at me. Please don't make a scene. We'll talk about this after they leave. I walked past her, opened the door. Leo was standing there with Ashley beside him. Both looked concerned. Everything good? Leo asked. Fine, I said. Just a headache. Yeah? You need anything? No. Thanks for coming. Ashley smiled. Thanks for having us. Dinner was great. We walked them to the door. Did the whole goodbye routine. Hugs and promises to do it again soon. The second the door closed, Anna turned to me. Mark, I need you to be honest with me. Right now. Are you sleeping with him? No. Are you in love with him? No. Do you want to be with him? No, Mark, I swear. He's just a colleague. Colleagues don't text like that. Some do. It's just friendly. I know it looks bad, but it's innocent. Then why hide it? Why use his name as cover? I wasn't hiding it. His name is Leo. That's his actual name. I can't help that it's the same as your brother's. You could have clarified. You could have saved him as Leo S. or Sterling, or literally anything that would distinguish him, but you didn't. She didn't respond. Did you want me to think they were the same person? I asked quietly. Did you want plausible deniability? You're being paranoid. Am I? We stood there in the entryway, staring at each other. I need space, I said finally. I'm going to stay at a hotel tonight. Mark, don't. Please. Let's talk about this. We just did, and I don't believe you. You don't believe me? No. I think something is happening with this guy. Maybe not physical. Maybe you haven't crossed that line yet, but something is happening, and you're lying about it. I walked past her, grabbed my keys from the counter, my wallet from the table. Mark, wait. I left. The hotel. I drove for 20 minutes before I found a hotel. Budget place off the highway. $60 a night. I checked in, took the room key, sat on the edge of the bed and stared at the wall. My phone started buzzing. Anna calling. I declined it. She called again. I declined again. A text came through. Anna, please come home. We need to talk about this. I didn't respond. Another text. Anna, I'm sorry I didn't clarify who Leo S. was. You're right. I should have, but I promise nothing is happening. Still didn't respond. My phone buzzed again. Different number this time. Leo, my brother. Leo. Anna just called me crying. What happened? Great. Now she was involving him. I called him back. What the hell, man? Leo answered. Anna said you left. Said you're staying at a hotel. Did she tell you why? She said you got into a fight about some guy from her work. Did she mention his name? name. Leo something. Sterling, I think. Yeah, Leo Sterling. She's been texting him for 8 months. Okay, and she has him saved in her phone as just Leo. Same as you. So every time he texts her, I think it's you. Silence on the other end. Then, oh shit. Yeah, wow, that's bad optics. That's what I said. But like, are they actually doing anything? Or is it just texting? I don't know, she says it's just work. But one of his messages said, can't wait to see you tonight, baby. Whoa, okay, that's different, right? Did you ask her about it? She said he must have sent it to the wrong person. Do you believe that? No. Leo was quiet for a minute. What are you going to do? I don't know. You want to come crash at my place? I've got a couch. I'm already at a hotel. Thanks, though. Okay, well, keep me posted. And Mark? Yeah? For what it's worth, I don't think Anna would cheat on you. She seems really into you. Seemed. Past tense. Present tense, man. She called me crying. That's not someone who doesn't care. Or that's someone who got caught. He sighed. Just don't make any huge decisions tonight. Sleep on it. Talk to her tomorrow when you're both calmer. Yeah, maybe. We hung up. I lay back on the hotel bed and stared at the ceiling. My phone buzzed again. Anna, I love you. Please believe me. I turned off my phone and closed my eyes. I woke up at 7 a.m. to someone pounding on the hotel room door. Mark, open up. Leo's voice. I dragged myself out of bed, opened the door. Leo was standing there holding 2 coffee cups and a bag from a bakery. What are you doing here? I asked. Ashley told me which hotel. She called around until she found where you checked in. That's mildly creepy. She's resourceful. He pushed past me into the room. We need to talk. Leo, sit down, eat something, and listen. He handed me a coffee and a croissant, sat down in the chair by the window. I sat on the edge of the bed. I talked to Anna last night, he said. After you and I hung up, had a long conversation with her. Great. So now you're both ganging up on me. No, I wanted to hear her side, and I wanted to tell you what I found out. Okay, what? This Leo Sterling guy. He's her boss. She's been working with him on a transfer to a different division. Better pay, better hours, better everything. She's been networking with him for months trying to make that happen. Networking doesn't require texting at 10 p.m. No, but building relationships with supervisors does, especially when you're trying to move up in a competitive field. So what? She's just being friendly to advance her career? Yes, exactly that. That doesn't explain the baby text. Leo set down his coffee. I asked her about that. She showed me the full thread. The message before that one, Sterling was talking about his wife, about their anniversary dinner. The baby text was meant for his wife. He sent it to the wrong person. I stared at him. How do you know that? Because Anna showed me his next message. 2 minutes later. Sorry, that was for my wife. See you Monday. She could have deleted messages. Mark, come on, you're reaching. Am I? She hid this from me for 8 months. She didn't hide it. She just didn't explicitly tell you every time her boss texted her, which is normal. Not when you save him under the same name as my brother. His name is Leo. What was she supposed to do? Save him as Leo, who is not my boyfriend's brother? I didn't answer. Look, Leo said, leaning forward. I get why you're upset. The optics are bad, but I really don't think she's cheating on you. And I think you know that too. I don't know anything anymore. Yes, you do. You know Anna. You've been with her for 3 years. You know she's not the type to cheat. Everyone's the type to cheat given the right circumstances. Wow, that's cynical. That's realistic. Leo stood up, walked over to the window, looked out at the parking lot. Can I tell you something? He asked. Sure. Last night, when we left your place, Ashley said something to me. She said, your brother seems really unhappy. I'm not unhappy. You are. You've been unhappy for months, maybe longer. And I think part of you wants to believe Anna is cheating because it would give you permission to leave. That's not, is it not? Because from where I'm standing, you've been looking for an exit for a while now. I opened my mouth to argue, closed it. Was he right? Had I been looking for an excuse? I don't know, I said finally. Leo turned around. That's honest. I appreciate that. I don't feel like she's present anymore. Like she's always thinking about something else. Someone else. Have you told her that? No. Why not? Because what if she says I'm right? What if she says she's unhappy too? Leo sat back down. Then at least you'd know, and you could figure out what to do about it. But right now, you're just spiraling based on a text message that probably means nothing. It doesn't feel like nothing. I know, but feelings aren't facts. We sat there in silence for a few minutes. What do? I asked. Go home. Talk to her. Actually talk. Not just accuse. Listen to what she says, and then decide if you believe her. And if I don't, then you leave. But at least you'll have tried. I drove home at 10 a.m. Anna's car was in the driveway. I sat in mine for a minute, gathering courage. Then I went inside. She was sitting at the kitchen table with her laptop. When she saw me, she stood up. Mark, you came back. We need to talk. I know. I'm sorry. About everything. Show me your phone. What? Your phone. I want to see the full conversation with Sterling. All of it. She hesitated for just a second, then handed it over. I opened the thread, scrolled through the entire thing, read every message from the beginning. It was exactly what Leo had said. Work stuff, networking, career discussions, and yes, some personal conversation, but nothing romantic, nothing inappropriate. And the baby text. Right after it, Sterling had sent, "Sorry, that was for my wife. See you Monday at the staff meeting." Anna had responded, "No worries. See you then." That was it. No flirtation, no reciprocation. I handed the phone back. "Okay," I said. "Okay, I believe you." About Sterling. Her shoulders sagged with relief. "Thank you. I swear, Mark, nothing. But we have a bigger problem." She looked at me. "What?" "I've been looking for a reason to leave." Silence. "What?" "Leo said something to me this morning. He said, I've been unhappy. And he's right. I have been. And when I saw that text, part of me was almost relieved because it meant I could leave without being the bad guy. Mark, I don't want to feel that way, but I do. And that's not fair to you." She sat down, started crying. "Are you breaking up with me?" "I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Do you love me?" "Yes. But I don't know if that's enough anymore. What can I do? What do you need?" "I need time. I need space. I need to figure out if I'm staying because I want to or because I'm too scared to leave." "How much time?" "I don't know." We sat there across from each other, 3 years of relationship hanging in the balance. "Can I ask you something?" She said. "Yeah. Are you unhappy with me? Or are you just unhappy?" That was the question, wasn't it? "I don't know," I admitted. "Both, maybe? Do you want to try to fix this?" Did I? I thought about all the good times, the trips we'd taken, the lazy Sunday mornings, the way she laughed at my stupid jokes, the way she fit perfectly under my arm when we watched TV. I thought about the bad times, too, the arguments that went nowhere, the silences that lasted too long, the feeling of being alone, even when she was right next to me. I want to try," I said. "Does that make sense?" "Yeah, it does." 3 weeks later, we started seeing someone, not a relationship counselor, Anna's idea, actually, just someone who could help us communicate better, someone neutral. It helped, a little. We learned things about each other, things I thought I knew but didn't, things she thought I understood but I didn't, like how she felt like I'd checked out months ago, how she'd been trying to get my attention by being more independent, thinking that would make me interested again, how it backfired and pushed me further away, like how I'd been depressed about work and didn't realize it, how I'd been projecting that onto our relationship, how I'd been looking for external problems to explain internal feelings. We talked about Sterling, about how Anna should have been more transparent, about how I should have asked questions instead of jumping to conclusions. We talked about Leo, about how Anna had been spending time with him because she felt closer to my family than her own, about how I'd been jealous of their friendship without realizing it. We talked about everything, and slowly, things got better. Not perfect, not healed, but better. Anna got the transfer. Sterling's division, better pay, better hours, just like she'd been working toward. We celebrated with dinner. Leo and Ashley came. It was nice. Awkward at first. We all remembered the disaster of that last dinner party, but it got easier as the night went on. "So," Leo said at one point, grinning at me over his margarita, "we going to talk about how you thought I was sleeping with your girlfriend?" "We don't have to," I said. "Oh, we definitely have to." Ashley laughed. "He's been waiting months to bring this up." "It was a misunderstanding," Anna said, squeezing my hand. "It was paranoia," I corrected. "I was paranoid, and I jumped to conclusions." "Can you blame him, though?" Leo said. "You did save your boss as Leo. That's some suspicion-inducing behavior right there." "I know," Anna laughed. "I changed it. He's Leo C now. Revolutionary." "Shut up," she said, throwing a napkin at him. We laughed. It felt good. Normal. Like maybe we were going to be okay. Later that night, after Leo and Ashley left, Anna and I cleaned up the kitchen together. "You seem happy," she said. "I am. Are you?" "Yeah, I am." "Good." She turned to me. "Thank you." "For what?" "For staying. For trying. For not giving up when it would have been easier to leave." "Thank you for the same." We kissed. Not passionate, just comfortable, familiar, home. And for the first time in months, I felt like we were going to make it. My phone buzzed with a text from Leo. "Leo, drinks tonight? Got news." I texted back. "Sure. 7 p.m.? Leo, perfect. Bringing Ashley. Me, I'll bring Anna. We met at a bar downtown. Leo was already there when we arrived, sitting at a table with Ashley. He looked nervous. "What's going on?" I asked as we sat down. Leo glanced at Ashley. She nodded. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small box. "I'm proposing. Next week. Beach trip. I wanted to show you the ring first." He opened the box. Inside was a simple but beautiful engagement ring. Anna gasped. "Leo, it's gorgeous." "You think she'll like it?" Leo asked, looking genuinely anxious. "She'll love it," Anna said. I looked at my brother, at his nervous smile, at the hope in his eyes. "Congratulations, man," I said. "Thanks." And hey, I wanted to ask you something. Yeah? Will you be my best man? Something in my chest tightened. Of course. We spent the rest of the night planning the proposal, Anna and Ashley going through every detail, Leo asking my opinion on timing and location. It was perfect, happy, exactly what life was supposed to be. Later, when Anna and I were driving home, she said, "That was nice, seeing them so happy." Yeah, are we happy? I thought about it, really thought about it. Yeah, I said. I think we are. Good. She reached over and took my hand. I'm glad. We drove in comfortable silence for a while. Hey, I said. Yeah? I'm sorry for how I handled that whole thing with Sterling, for not trusting you. It's okay. We worked through it. I know, but I'm still sorry. She squeezed my hand. I'm sorry too, for not being more clear, for making you feel like you had to worry. We're good now though, right? We're good. And we were. Not perfect. Relationships never are, but good. Better than good. Real. The wedding. Leo and Ashley got married 9 months later. Beach ceremony. Small crowd. Beautiful day. I stood next to my brother as his best man and watched him marry someone who made him genuinely happy. During the reception, Anna and I danced. Slow song. Her head on my shoulder. Think that'll be us someday? She asked. What, married? Yeah. I pulled back to look at her. Do you want it to be? I think so. Do you? Did I? A year ago, I would have said no, would have been looking for the exit, would have been convinced we were temporary. But now? Yeah, I said. I think so. She smiled. Okay then. We danced for another minute before Leo cut in, pulling Anna away for a brother-in-law dance. Ashley took his place, and I found myself swaying awkwardly with my new sister-in-law. He's happy, Ashley said, nodding toward Leo. Happiest I've ever seen him. Good. He deserves it. So do you guys. You and Anna. You've come a long way. Yeah, we have. Can I ask you something? Sure. That night, the dinner party, when everything fell apart, did you really think Leo and Anna were? Yeah, for about 6 hours. I was convinced. She laughed. That must have been awful. It was, but it forced us to deal with shit we'd been avoiding, so maybe it needed to happen. Silver lining, something like that. The song ended. Leo reclaimed Ashley. Anna came back to me. What were you two talking about? She asked. Ancient history. The Leo Sterling disaster? How'd you guess? Because everyone keeps bringing it up. It's like our origin story now. Is that what we're calling it? Better than that time Mark lost his mind and accused me of cheating. Fair point. We found our table, sat down, watched Leo and Ashley cut their cake. I deleted his number, Anna said suddenly. What? Sterling's. After I got the transfer and settled into the new position, I deleted his contact. Didn't need it anymore. All communication goes through work email now. You didn't have to do that. I know, but I wanted to. For me, for us, just seemed easier. Okay. Are you glad that you deleted it? Yeah, I thought about it. I'm glad you told me. The deleting part doesn't matter as much as the telling me part. She nodded. We're getting better at that. The telling each other things part. We are. 2 years later, I was loading groceries into the car when my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Is this Mark Chen? Yes. This is Kate Morrison from the prosecutor's office. I'm calling about a case involving Leo Sterling. My blood went cold. What about him? Mr. Sterling has been arrested on multiple counts of fraud and embezzlement. We're conducting interviews with people who've had professional contact with him. Your girlfriend, sorry, I see here you're now married. Your wife, Anna Chen, was listed as someone who worked closely with him. We'd like to schedule a time to speak with her. What did he do? I can't discuss details of an ongoing investigation, but I can tell you it's serious. Multiple victims. Significant financial damage. After I hung up, I sat in the car for a long time. Then I called Anna. Hey, you almost done shopping? She answered. Anna, something happened. What's wrong? I told her about the call. Silence on the other end. Anna, I'm here. Wow. Leo Sterling. I can't believe it. Did you ever see anything suspicious when you worked with him? No, nothing. He seemed normal, professional. I mean, there were rumors about him being aggressive with budgets, but nothing that seemed illegal. The prosecutor wants to interview you. Okay, I'll cooperate. I don't have anything to hide. I know. This is weird. Yeah, that night, we watched the news. Sterling's arrest was the lead story. Hedge fund manager embezzled $12 million from investors. Used it to fund a gambling addiction and maintain a lifestyle he couldn't afford. Jesus, Anna said. $12 million. Did you know he gambled? No, he never mentioned it. The news said he's been doing this for 5 years. The whole time you worked with him, he was stealing from people. She was quiet. What are you thinking? I asked. I'm thinking about that text. The baby one. The one that started everything. What about it? What if it wasn't for his wife? What if he was lying about that too? What if there was someone else and we just never knew? Does it matter now? I guess not. It makes me wonder what else he was lying about. Who else he was lying to. The news showed footage of Sterling being led out of his office in handcuffs. He looked smaller somehow. Diminished. Not at all like the confident executive Anna had described. I'm sorry, I said. For what? For accusing you. For not trusting you. You were just trying to advance your career and I made it into something it wasn't. You apologized for that 2 years ago. I know. But seeing this, seeing who he really was, it makes me feel even worse about it. She took my hand. You had reasons to be suspicious. Bad reasons, maybe, but reasons. And we worked through it. That's what matters. Still nothing. It's done. We're past it. And I got a good job out of it before he imploded. So, silver lining. Always with the silver linings. Someone has to be optimistic. Anna was interviewed twice by prosecutors. They asked about her interactions with Sterling, about any unusual behavior, about whether she'd noticed discrepancies in financial reports. She hadn't. She'd been too junior to see that level of detail. They thanked her for her time and moved on to other witnesses. Sterling pleaded guilty. 15 years in federal prison, asset forfeiture, restitution payments that would take the rest of his life to complete. It made the news for a week. Then everyone moved on. Everyone except the investors he'd stolen from. And his wife, who filed for divorce immediately. And his 3 kids, who now had to explain to their friends why their dad was in prison. Do you ever think about how close we came to falling apart over someone who turned out to be a complete fraud? Anna asked one night. We were in bed, reading. Normal Thursday evening. Sometimes. What do you think about? I think about how I almost lost you over nothing. Over a misunderstanding based on paranoia and insecurity. It wasn't nothing. It felt real to you, but it wasn't real. That's the point. I created a crisis that didn't exist. We both contributed to that crisis. I could have been more transparent. You could have been more communicative. We were both failing at being honest. Are we better now? She set down her book, looked at me. Yes, we're better. We talk about things. We don't let stuff build up. We trust each other. Do we? Do we what? Trust each other. I trust you. Do you trust me? I thought about it, really examined the question. Yeah, I said. I do. I really do. Good, because I'm pregnant. I stared at her. What? I'm pregnant. Found out this morning. I was going to tell you at dinner, but then we got talking about Sterling, and it didn't seem like the right moment. But now seems good. You're pregnant. Yeah. We're having a baby. Yeah. I didn't know what to say. My brain had stopped working. All I could do was stare at her face, watching her watch me, waiting for my reaction. Say something, she finally said. I don't know what to say. How about that's great, or I'm excited, or literally anything. I'm terrified, she laughed. Okay, that's honest. I appreciate that. No, I mean, I'm excited, I think. But mostly, I'm terrified. We're going to be parents. We're going to be responsible for a human life. What if I mess it up? You won't. How do you know? Because you care enough to worry about messing it up. People who don't care are the ones who mess it up. I reached over and put my hand on her stomach. Nothing there yet. No visible sign. But inside, something was growing. Someone was growing. Our kid. We're having a baby, I said again, testing out the words. We're having a baby. Holy shit. Holy shit is right. We lay there in the dark, her hand on top of mine, both of us quiet. Hey, she said after a while. Yeah? Thank you for not leaving. 2 years ago, when everything was falling apart. Thank you for staying. Thank you for giving me a reason to stay. Our daughter was born on a Tuesday at 3:47 a.m. 6 pounds, 8 ounces. Perfect. We named her Claire. Leo and Ashley came to visit the next day, bringing flowers and balloons and ridiculous amounts of baby clothes. She's beautiful, Ashley said, holding Claire carefully. She has your eyes, Anna. And Mark's stubbornness, Anna said. She screamed for 20 minutes straight during her first bath. Leo sat down next to me. We watched our wives coo over the baby. How are you doing? He asked. Exhausted, terrified, happy. Sounds about right. Thanks for coming. Of course. She's my niece. I had to meet her. Remember that dinner party? I said. The one where everything went sideways? The Leo Sterling disaster? How could I forget? I was such an asshole. You were scared. Scared people do dumb things. I almost ruined everything. But you didn't. You fixed it. That's what matters. I looked at Claire in Ashley's arms. This tiny person who didn't exist 3 years ago when I was sitting in that hotel room, convinced my life was falling apart. Funny how things work out, I said. What do you mean? If I hadn't freaked out about that text, Anna and I never would have dealt with our actual problems. We probably would have just coasted until we imploded completely. But because I forced the issue, even if I forced it for the wrong reasons, we had to confront everything. We had to figure out if we actually wanted to be together. And you did. Yeah, we did. So you're saying your paranoid breakdown was actually a good thing? I'm saying maybe sometimes you need a crisis to realize what you have. That's very philosophical for someone running on 2 hours of sleep. I contain multitudes. Ashley handed Claire back to Anna. Leo and I stood up. We should go, Leo said. Let you guys rest. Thanks for coming. Anytime. He pulled me into a hug. Congratulations, man. You're gonna be a great dad. I hope so. You will. You've got Anna. You've got me. You've got people who care about you. Claire's lucky. They left. Anna put Claire in the bassinet next to the bed, climbed back under the covers. You okay? She asked. Yeah, just thinking. About what? About how lucky we are. How close we came to losing this. But we didn't lose it. No, we didn't. She reached for my hand. We're going to be okay. All three of us. I know. And I did know. For the first time in years, I was completely certain about something. We were going to be okay. 5 years later, Claire was starting kindergarten. Anna and I stood at the bus stop, holding her small hands, trying not to cry. I'm excited, Mommy, Claire said. I'm going to make so many friends. I know you will, baby. The bus arrived. Claire climbed on without looking back, found a seat, waved at us through the window, and then she was gone. Anna wiped her eyes. When did she get so big? I don't know. Wasn't she just born like 3 weeks ago? Time is weird. We walked back home. The house felt too quiet without Claire's constant chatter. Coffee? Anna asked. Please. We sat at the kitchen table with our mugs, the same table where we'd had so many conversations, good ones and bad ones and everything in between. Do you ever think about Sterling? Anna asked. Not really. Why? I saw an article yesterday. He's up for early release. Good behavior. How early? 3 years off his sentence. He'd be out in 7 instead of 15. How do you feel about that? She shrugged. Indifferent. He paid his debt. Or he's paying it. Whatever. It doesn't affect us. True. It's funny, though, how much that whole situation dominated our lives for a while. And now it's just a thing that happened. Ancient history. Everything becomes ancient history eventually. Deep thoughts from Mark Chen. I'm a deep guy. She laughed. You're something. My phone buzzed. Text from Leo. Leo, first day of school. How'd it go? Me. She didn't even cry. We did, though. Leo, Ashley and I are trying for number 2. Wish us luck. Me, good luck. You're going to need it. Leo, thanks for the vote of confidence. I showed the text to Anna. Leo and Ashley are trying for another kid. That's exciting. Claire would love a cousin close to her age. We could give her a sibling. Anna looked at me. Are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting? Maybe. Are you opposed? No, not opposed. Surprised. Why surprised? Because you were terrified when I told you about Claire. I didn't think you'd want to do it again. I was terrified, but it turned out okay. Better than okay. And Claire keeps asking for a little brother or sister. She does. So what do you think? Anna smiled. I think we should stop drinking coffee and start trying. 1 year later, we had a son. Named him James. 7 pounds, 2 ounces. Claire was obsessed with him. Wanted to hold him constantly. Wanted to help with everything. Gentle Claire, Anna said for the 100th time. Remember, babies are fragile. I know, Mommy. I'm being gentle. Leo and Ashley had their second child 3 months later. Another girl. Named her Sophie. Our families got together once a month. Sunday dinners. The kids playing in the backyard while the adults drank wine and pretended to be responsible. Remember when you thought I was sleeping with Anna? Leo said one evening, grinning at me across the table. Please don't start, I said. I'm just saying. That was wild. It was a misunderstanding. It was paranoia. Same thing. Ashley laughed. He brings this up every 6 months like clockwork. Because it never gets old, Leo said. My brother thought I was having an affair with his girlfriend. That's comedy gold. Can we please talk about something else? Anna asked. Fine. Let's talk about how Sterling got released last month. He did? I asked. Yeah, early release. He's in some halfway house now, working as an accountant at a nonprofit. Good for him, I guess. You're not worried he'll contact Anna? Why would he contact me? Anna asked. I don't know. Unfinished business? Guilt? Want to apologize for being a fraud? I don't think he cares enough to apologize. And if he did contact me, I wouldn't respond. That chapter is closed. Fair enough. We moved on to other topics. Work, kids, the new restaurant downtown, normal life stuff. Later that night, after Claire and James were asleep, Anna and I sat on the couch with a bottle of wine. You think we'll ever stop talking about Sterling? She asked. Probably not. It's part of our story now. The part where you lost your mind and accused me of cheating? The part where we almost fell apart and chose to stay together instead. I like that version better. Me too. She leaned against me. I put my arm around her. I'm glad we made it, she said. Me too. Think we'll make it another 10 years? At least. Promise? Promise. 10 years later, Claire was 15. James was 9. We'd moved to a bigger house. Anna had gotten promoted 3 more times. I'd switched jobs twice. Life happened, slowly, one day at a time. Leo and Ashley had a third kid, another boy, named him after our dad. Our families were still close, still did Sunday dinners. The kids were old enough now to entertain themselves while the adults actually had conversations. Remember that disaster dinner party? Leo said one evening. Oh my God, Anna groaned. Not this again. I'm just saying. 15 years later, and it's still funny. It's not funny, I said. It was traumatic. For you, maybe. For the rest of us, it was entertainment. Ashley threw a napkin at him. Stop tormenting your brother. I'm not tormenting. I'm reminiscing. It's the same thing. Claire looked up from her phone. What dinner party? Everyone went quiet. Nothing, honey, Anna said. No, I want to know. What happened? Your dad thought your mom was cheating on him with me, Leo said. Leo? Anna and I said simultaneously. What? She asked. Claire stared at us. Seriously? It was a misunderstanding, I said. A huge misunderstanding, Anna added. But you weren't cheating? No, of course not. And Uncle Leo wasn't involved? Not the way your dad thought. So what happened? I looked at Anna. She shrugged. There was a guy your mom worked with, I explained. His name was also Leo. He sent her a text that seemed inappropriate. I saw it and jumped to conclusions. What kind of text? The kind you don't need to know about. Dad. Fine. He called her baby, but it was meant for his wife. He sent it to the wrong person. And you thought mom was having an affair because of one text? When you say it like that, it sounds stupid. Because it is stupid. Thanks, honey. Very supportive. Claire went back to her phone, shaking her head. Parents are weird. 15 years later, Anna and I were sitting on our porch, watching the sunset. Claire was in college. James was in high school. The house felt too big and too quiet. We did it, Anna said. Did what? Made it. 15 years since that dinner party. 25 years together total. We made it. Yeah, we did. You ever regret staying? No. Do you? Not even once. We sat in comfortable silence. I heard from Sterling, she said suddenly. What? He sent me a letter. It came last week. I didn't know if I should tell you. What did it say? He apologized for everything, for the fraud, for the lies, for using people. He said he's been sober for 8 years, and he's trying to make amends. How do you feel about that? Indifferent. It doesn't change anything, but I appreciated it, I guess. Takes guts to apologize after all that time. Are you going to respond? No, there's nothing to say. That part of my life is over. Good. But it did make me think about how different things could have been. If you'd left that night, if we hadn't worked through it, where would we be now? Apart. Unhappy. Wondering what went wrong. Yeah, but we didn't. We stayed. We worked. We built this. She took my hand. Best decision I ever made. Same. The sun dipped below the horizon. The sky turned purple and orange and then dark. Come on, Anna said, standing up. Let's go inside. I'll make dinner. I'll help. We walked into our house, our home, the place we'd built together over decades of choosing each other every single day. It wasn't perfect, but it was ours, and that was enough. 25 years later, I was 73 years old when I got the call. Leo had died. Heart attack. Quick. Painless. Ashley found him in the garden. The funeral was small. Family and close friends. Claire flew in with her husband and 2 kids. James came from across the country with his wife. We said goodbye to my brother. Afterward, at Ashley's house, people shared stories. Funny ones. Sad ones. The kind you tell when someone's gone and you want to remember the good parts. Tell them about the dinner party, Ashley said to me. Not now. Yes, now. It's what Leo would want. So, I told the story. About the text. The misunderstanding. The panic. The resolution. People laughed. Not because it was funny, but because it was human. Messy. Real. He never stopped bringing that up, Ashley said, tears streaming down her face. Every family gathering for 30 years, he'd find a way to mention it. He was a pain in the ass, I said. He was. But he was your pain in the ass. Yeah, he was. 5 years later, Anna and I were in bed. She'd been sick for 6 months. The end was close. We both knew it. I'm scared, she whispered. I know. Me too. Not of dying. Of leaving you. I'll be okay. No, you won't. But you'll survive. You're good at that. I don't want to survive without you. You will, though. For the kids. For the grandkids. You'll keep going. I held her hand. It was so light. She'd lost so much weight. Remember that text? She asked. Which one? The Leo Sterling one. The one that almost ended us. How could I forget? I'm glad you saw it. What? Why? Because it forced us to deal with our problems. To really look at each other and decide if we wanted this. And we did. We chose each other. Every day for 45 years, we chose each other. Best choice I ever made. Same. She closed her eyes. Her breathing was shallow, labored. Mark? Yeah? I love you. I love you too. She died 3 hours later. Peaceful, quiet, with me holding her hand the whole time. 1 year later, I was sitting on the porch alone when Claire came to visit. She sat down next to me, handed me a coffee. How are you doing, Dad? I'm here. That's not what I asked. I know. We sat in silence. I found something of Mom's, Claire said, in her office. I think she meant for you to have it. She handed me an envelope, my name on the front, Anna's handwriting. I opened it. Inside was a single piece of paper 4. A letter. Mark, if you're reading this, I'm gone. I'm sorry for that. I wanted more time, but I'm grateful for the time we had. I want you to know something. That night, when you saw Sterling's text and thought I was cheating, I wasn't angry. I was scared. Scared that you were looking for a reason to leave. Scared that we'd drift apart until there was nothing left. But we didn't. We stayed. We fought. We chose each other. That's what I want you to remember. Not the fear, not the doubt, but the choice. We chose each other every single day. Keep choosing, Mark. Choose to live. Choose to be happy. Choose to remember the good parts. I love you. Always have. Always will. Anna. I read it 3 times. Cried through all 3. Claire put her arm around me. She loved you so much, she said. I know. She told me once that you saved her. That night when you almost left. She said you choosing to stay was the moment she knew you really loved her. I did. I do. I know, Dad. We sat there together, my daughter and I, watching the sun set. And I thought about Anna, about Leo, about all the people I'd loved and lost, about the text that almost ended everything, about the choice to stay, about 45 years of choosing each other every single day. It wasn't a perfect story, but it was ours. And that was enough. That was always enough.